do so to say
I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And there you have it. We are witnessing the swearing in of Kevin Walsh as the new Fed chief. But can we expect change from this? Or will it be more of the same? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Ourselves blessed and
Let's
grateful
get into it.
to serve the nation we love and to do it in your public service.
Welcome. I am Dena, and you are tuned into another discussion with Dena. As of May 15th, there is a new Fed chair. His name is Kevin Walsh, and he was handpicked by the President of the United States. He replaced Jerome Powell. Now, it has been no secret that the Commander-in-Chief had a problem with Powell, who refused to cut interest rates. The hope was that it would boost the economy. Walsh is a longtime critic of the Fed and says he wants regime change, which means he is likely to cut rates under certain conditions, even though he is said also to be a supporter of stricter financial regulations. But does that mean that since he was handpicked, he will be quick to cut interest rate to appease the current administration? Well, there is a report that indicates that the current president has been noticeably but quietly buying corporate and municipal bonds since returning to his former position. Now, during the month of March alone, there was 175 financial transactions that he carried out. The greatest being bonds that were issued by school districts, states, counties, and other public agencies. That is, according to the Office of Government Ethics disclosures. Now, Reuters indicated the sum of more than $337 million in bonds were purchased in his portfolio. Most are in sectors that could further advance as a result of his policy choices. And he is said to have purchased up to $2 million in Netflix alone with Warner Brothers Discovery bonds following the announcement of a $72 billion merger. Reuters also reports that he has acquired Intel bonds after directing the federal government to acquire 10% stake in the chip maker. Now, this does raise wide concerns about the possibility of future conflicts of interest. It is not considered to be illegal, and the White House has indicated that an independent third-party financial institution manages these investments. That is, again, according to Reuters. But even so, there is no denying the connection between bonds and interest rates. In fact, they directly affect or impact the bond market because these bonds have what is called an inverse reaction to what is happening with interest rates when they fluctuate. Lower rates actually cause bond rates to rise, to increase, and buying government bonds and holding on to them till full maturity allows one to have a regular stream of interest income. And this is often referred to as a coupon. Now, although there may be lower returns in comparison to other types of investment, it comes with a lower level of risk in contrast to corporate stocks and bonds. Bonds move in opposite directions of interest rates. So lower rates causes bond prices to increase in their value. So these bondholders, like Donald Trump, will see capital gains. Although in this current economy, the new bonds are issued with lower coupon rates. Even so, if the Fed keeps lowering rates, it does have the potential to bring in greater or higher long-term coupon rates. We know there is always uncertainty. So despite uncertainty, stocks usually offer these higher long-term returns over bonds. Now, having bonds a part of one's personal portfolio provides a consistent income, liquidity, diversification, tax proficiency, and it could even protect against a potential stock market correction. Investors are said to be at this time, in this moment, pretty much in what they call a holding pattern at this time because of the current war, and there is not a handle on inflation as we see. Consumers are always hoping to avoid high or higher inflation because there is the possibility of there being a Fed rate increase. There is higher fuel costs, higher mortgages, higher rates for borrowing for auto loans, credit card, APR. It just increases the cost of everything, and often it leads to slower consumer spending. Again, these bonds though move in the opposite direction. Now, I would like to know, what are your thoughts on Trump quietly buying up more than $337 million in bonds? Do you think this has anything to do with him choosing the current Fed chairman? What do you think about this topic of discussion? Subscribe and leave me your comments. And join me next time for another discussion with Dena. Ta-ta!
This concludes your daily discussions with Dena. Join us Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment.